Okay, good morning, good afternoon and good evening, wherever you might be in this wonderful world, this chaotic world at the moment. So this video is going to be about baked beans. Now I've already done a previous video that is a quick start video that shows you how to fund and set up a MetaMask account, which you need to connect to the baked beans platform. Okay, so this is more of an informational video, and the first question I get by most investors is this sustainable? Okay, so I'm going to tackle that first because that's the most important thing I think you need to know, regardless of anything else. So the baked beans project is actually under the umbrella of the Bake House, okay, which you can see on the screen here. So they don't just create the baked beans project, they have got another one, and they're also releasing the same type of thing on another blockchain, so like baked beans, but say for example on Avalanche. So that will be coming in the next few weeks, so just bear that in mind. Now these guys are the original, okay, with this concept. So if you do see any other clones or any other on other chains, they are not the original. And I have seen some other projects. I've actually seen one that's got a withdrawal function in the contract, so be very wary of other clones of this. Stay with the original, that's where you want to be. These guys are aggressive in their developing, and they want to, make an impact in the space. So I'll go through some information. If you have a look up on the screen here, you can see that you've got all the socials here. Okay, now I've checked all these. These are all active, which is a really good sign, and they're up to date. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing is that if you scroll down, you can come down here. They've got a very nice aggressive roadmap. Okay, and they're hitting all their milestones. The team is great, multicultural, that's all good. So the most important thing is, so what about the project? Like, is it actually sustainable? Well, we've got the social media down. Now you can go and check all these, but you'll find that they're all valid and they all work. And one of the other things is I actually went to the Discord channel, and it's very unusual, not unusual, but usually the developer of the project, because developers are so busy. They just don't get time to do anything else. Trust me. I've hired many of them, so I know what they're like. They're like got their own little space. So for a developer to come into a Discord and answer any questions is saying something. That means they've got a real passion for the project and they're trying to spread their time a little bit in the community. Okay, so it's an important thing. So I'll just show you this. This is actually where I went, and I'm Better Humans. I'm crypto is key, but this is also one of my aliases in Discord. So if you ever see this, so I actually asked, because I had an issue with the referrals. I couldn't seem to get it to work. So I actually asked, and he answered me here, and he answered me again. Now he told me that it works, but I couldn't find a solution. Luckily, I found a solution after that, so it works now for me. But the whole point of this is that he responded. Okay. So that is a really good sign. I just wanted to put that forward. And I'm actually going to take these out of my ears because it's annoying me. Right. Okay. So now we're there. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the contract. Okay. And this is the contract where all the people invest in. Okay. So this amount here is actually how much BNB, 25,000, is in the contract. Now, this number, if you come down here and see on the stats, you can see how this has gone up, right? So it's going up a lot. Now this is called the TVL, the total value locked. This contract is locked, okay? So it's immutable. It cannot be changed. It's set, and that's what it does. It cannot be altered. Now that is a good sign, because a lot of contracts aren't locked, which means they can be changed, and anything could happen to those contracts. They could put a mint function in, or they could put a withdrawal function. You just don't know. Okay, so this is important. So there's over 10 million in here already. So this is great. And if we come to the transfers, this is actually quite important. So if you look here, these are actually what's going in. Okay, you can see that sent out and going in, receive in, down there is higher than the sent out. Now this is consistent all the way through. Okay, so the contract looks good. Now, the contract has also been audited, all right, which is another very important key factor of any project, that the contract gets audited by a third party, because then it gives you a little bit more sort of, reassurance that the project is serious and it's secure, right? So if we have a look, ETHOS project is the one that actually did the audit. Okay, now they haven't done a whole heap of audits for large companies or anything, but they have been going. If we scroll down to here, you can see that they actually started in September the 23rd, 2021. Okay, and they have done a couple, they have done a few, and they've got partnerships. So, you know, they look good. Now, if we go to their actual website, you can see that they've got a lot of socials here. Okay, and you know, they're up to date and everything's good. So they are legit. I've checked them. And you can see here, this is the actual audit that they did for baked beans. Okay, and it passed with flying colors. All right. Now, I'm going to leave links for all this information in the description, but just, you know, go through it and check it for yourself. Do your own due diligence. All this data I'm giving you is what I have researched and found as of today. Anything can happen in a month's time, you know, like, but what I can tell you is that the contract will not stop. It is locked. So what is happening today, if money still keeps coming into it and people still, you know, are finding nice profits, which I think they are, this is sustainable. Okay, so I can see this going for a while. And also because of the amount of money that's actually in the contract, you know, this is going to take a long time for the actual TVL to come down. You know, even if, because of the way that the whole project is set up, the mechanisms they have in the project, which I'm going to get to. So, okay, so we've got that. The audit's done. It looks good. Now let's get to let me just take this off the screen. I'll just get that off there. Somebody's trying to call me on Skype. Okay, so this is the baked beans minor FAQs. So this is some information that you need to know. Now this is the FAQs. Okay, now I'm just going to go through a couple of things with you. Now here it's a locked rewards pool. Okay, which is what I said. The contract is locked. Okay, so the way it works is you use BNB as the funding source for this. Okay, so if we look at here, you put BNB into the contract, like into your wallet, okay, which will show in here. If I actually refresh this, I actually just funded this. So here we go. I've got 0.4 BNB. So the way that this works is when you put your BNB, like I'll put in 3 like that, you can see that the baked beans. So when you bake the beans, that is taking your BNB, all right, and it is putting it into the contract and adding to this, okay, to the total value locked, all right? So when you do it, you lose it, basically. You don't lose it, but, you know, it's gone. You can't get it back. You can't take it out again. But when you do bake these beans, or you bake your BNB, which is what I'm going to show you right now, and I'll just confirm this. This is getting off track a little bit with where I was going, but I just wanted to show you this quickly because it's important that you know this when I'm going through the actual FAQs. So now that I'm baking the beans, which is actually the BNB is now going into the contract and it swaps it for beans. So up here now you can see I have, what is that, 5 million? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 million beans. So now that I have those beans, okay, I will start getting rewards down here back in BNB, which is what I just put into the contract. Okay, so over time, the more beans you have, which you can add to this, because what happens is as I get more rewards, okay, and here in BNB, I can do what's called a rebake. And when I rebake, that's essentially just putting BNB, what you just did, back into the contract, and it gives you more beans. So you get more beans, you get more BNB rewards, you rebake, which is compound, you put them back in the contract, you get more beans. So the more beans you get, obviously, the more rewards you're going to get, okay? Now, so just bearing that in mind, that when you do put BNB, it's gone, but you will get it back over time, okay? And the way that the mechanism works is that they recommend that you compound for 6 days, okay? So you rebake here for 6 days, and then on the 7th day, you eat beans or withdraw to your wallet the BNB that you've got from the rewards, okay? And they say that it takes between 6 and 8 weeks to get your initial back. But if you have people using your referral code, you're obviously going to get that back a lot faster, like a lot faster, okay? So that is the basic mechanism. Now, it does say 8% return, but it's more like 5 to 6%. It can be up to 8% if you stick to the exact protocol. Okay, now if you don't stick to that protocol, if you try and take profits every day, your daily percentage will go down. It's a whale mechanism, and then I'm just going to go through that as well. Where are we? Up here. So what happens is when you first put that B&B into the contract, there is a 3% dev fee taken out. Okay, so on all deposits and withdrawal from baked beans miner. Okay, so let me just come down here. Is it sustainable? Yes, as long as there is TVL in the contract, which is the amount that I showed you, the total value locked in the contract. So every time somebody puts some B&B in there, it gets locked in that contract. Okay, so obviously people, when they take their rewards once a week, that's pulling B&B out of the contract. But for now, and from what I've seen, there's a lot more going in, okay, than coming out. Okay, and that's a good sign. So here you can see that they recommend that the method is rebake 6 days, okay, and eat 1 day or take rewards 1 day. And it will compound your investment and receive your initial back 6 to 8 weeks. Okay, so we know that. So now here, is it too late to invest? No, the contract is written to provide an optimal entry for any and all users, and you're old. This is the reason the beans per B&B amount changes frequently with the TVL. So if the TVL goes up or down, that obviously will change the amount of value as well. Okay, so no contract functions added, no. Okay, now here we go. So this is important. Okay, now this is important, and this is the whale mechanism. This stops huge investors going in and taking profits out and draining the contract. Okay, so now look, the contract has a built-in anti-whale mechanism. This works as follows. User 1 rebakes 6 to 1. So that's the 6 days you rebake or compound, and the 1 day you withdraw. Okay, gets the highest daily percentage, okay, in the 24-hour period. User 2 compounds for 5 days and then withdrawals for 2 days. Okay, gets a lower percentage. User 3 does four days compounding, 3 days withdrawing, gets lower percentage. Again, this happens all the way down until the user who eats continual rewards. Hold on, let me get rid of this. Will drop to 0.5% per 24-hour period. Now this is huge. Like if you're trying to withdraw every day, you're actually killing yourself. You're shooting yourself in the foot. Okay. Now the reason why they put this mechanism in, it's very important. It's because they want to create sustainability for the contract. How many of these DeFi projects go down because the contracts get drained or they don't have sustainability? So this is perfect. This is a beautiful way. It's orchestrated well. Okay. This contract is simple but hellish effective. All right. This is why I see it going a long way, and anything that this company does, I'm pretty sure will be the same. Okay, so it's definitely a good project. So let's have a look. So that's basically all that you need to know. This is the important thing, is that you follow the protocol. All right, 6 days compound, 1 day withdrawal. So when you first fund this project, when you first come in here, okay, and the first time, not when you actually add money in like I've just done now, but the first time that you rebake, okay, the first time that you click rebake, that is your first day, okay, of your 7 days. So you need to know that, write it down, keep a record of it, stick to the protocol. If you stick to the protocol, you'll always get the maximum daily return, okay, on your investment. And that's important. That's what everybody wants, right? They want to make the most. So now, it's important also is the referral link. Use mine. If you don't, you'll be in trouble. All right, no, I'm just joking. But you know, it's important to use somebody that you know is a friend or somebody that you know. Use their referral link. If you know, use mine if you want to. I would appreciate it. But you don't need to. You can use anyone's. You know, and that will really help, because what happens is when they bake beans, okay, you get a percentage of that, and also when they rebake, you get a percentage of that. So it's really important, and that will really help with your initial. So if you're going to get friends or family involved or whatever, get them to use your referral code, okay, because it will really help you get your initial investment back faster. Okay, so I'm going to leave all the links. Now, I'm going to leave all the links for everything that I've just discussed. I wanted to go through this briefly, quick, and make sure that I don't go too deep and crazy, and you know, I want you to know the facts, and the facts are this looks sustainable. Okay, from what I can see, it looks good. And there's also a calculator here. I'll leave a link in the description. So this is, you know, how much you can earn basically. It's a compounding calculator. So you can see here I've got 1,000. I've put 1,000 in here. Okay, so this is what you're going to get. This is ROI on, just let me stop that again. On day 1 is 77 off the 1,000, and you can see it going up here. Okay, and in day 30, you're going to be getting $723 a day. Which is crazy. Okay, so as far as I can see, this is a really good project. Okay, so I'm looking forward to what the team comes up with in the future. I'm going to be following this closely. I've invested, and I've got a group, a Discord group, and they're investing as well. Some of them are, I think most of them are. So I'll leave a link in the description for the Discord group. And if you've got any, you know, anything that you want to know, if there's any details that you want to know, you can leave a comment, and you can also call me as well. I leave my number on. I'm pretty transparent, so I've got, you know, it's my Skype number there. Also, check out the other videos on COTP. That's running really nice. Okay, we've got a nice team now going with that. But definitely check out the Discord. And I haven't got a Telegram group right now because I actually, back in 2018, there was just too many scammers using it. So, but I see that a lot of people are using it again, so maybe I should actually open up a channel. But anyway, I hope this information was valuable. Have yourself an amazing day. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.